Welcome back, everybody.
We are back.
Back with another banger.
Another Friday, 7 p.m. collaboration.
Let's go.
Let's go. How's chat? How's life? How's your week going, Q?
What's up, chat? Chat, what's going on? My week is going great. What a week to be alive.
Yo, I keep hearing the things, and it's like, hey, which one's gonna tell us first? That disclosure day keeps inching forward.
You know? Which one is it gonna be?
Awesome. Let's check in with the chat real quick. I know we got some early birds in. What's going on, Angela?
Shout out to Angela, C. Turner.
Let's
I'll be
go.
watching you guys.
Myron Rogers.
What's
Indigo.
up? What's up? Indigo. Shout out to Tracy J.L. Butler.
Let's go, Tracy.
Shout out to Crystal Hardy. Jig Master Fresh in the building.
Let's go. How you doing? How you doing? Yo, Jake's been pretty spot on. He's been like catching every live stream, it feels like.
Joe Breeden, what's good, brother? Good to see you. Ooh. Sherry, let's go.
Everyone's loving the high scores. It looks like they're already
shout out to JC L. Butler in the UK.
In the building.
It's going down. Dope Triple G.
We got Dope, Sherry, we
to
got
the UK.
Tracy, we got all the E's.
Yeah.
Ants.
What a Friday night.
Hope everyone's Friday night's going well. But we have packed videos. We have videos from Rain. We have videos from our algorithm. We have videos from everyone. We're going to get ready to do it.
Let's give a round of applause to the chat.
Let's go. Making it early. Which
absolutely.
never, it's never.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming in tonight. Make sure y'all smoke that like.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Shout outs to Juan Bergman.
Yeah, I have recently been told that Santa Claus is actually made up, like as in the red suit Santa Claus of our timeline is made up, and it did not exist prior to Coca-Cola advertising.
Really?
Coca-Cola advertising is the image of Santa Claus that has stuck in our timeline, which is the red suit, the jolly old fella, while prior to Coca-Cola advertising, if you look up Santa Claus or like the concept of a person, he's not in red clothing. He's in all kinds of robes. He's just like a winter guy just doing the thing. So it's like, dude, this could be. But it's like, if you truly peel back, though, it's like, yo, is it?
Well, they got good commercials during Christmas. I could say that.
I like that one, and I like the M&M ones. Have you ever seen the M&M ones?
Got good ones too, for sure. Dude. Absolutely, I agree.
The polar bears and the M&Ms. If only we could get a combination of both, it'd be amazing.
Right?
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, nothing scares me more than Mall World right now. That scares me. This girl ended up making an entire map of exactly where she goes to in her dreams. She diagrammed it so well, too well. And so many people started to respond to her in the comments, and they were like, yeah, this is where I go every single night. This is where I go every single night. And so many people are coming on here. I'm watching video after video of people sharing their stories about also dreaming and going to Mall World. So I know that we've all collectively on the internet seen liminal space photos and backrooms photos since 2020, and have all kind of agreed, oh, that looks familiar. Oh, I feel like I go there in my dreams. Oh, I feel like, yeah. But the fact that so many people are like, how do you know exactly what each of these spaces look like? And I've been able to map out where I go to almost nightly. Thing that I will say about me personally is that I don't feel like I go to that place in particular. The place that I go to looks a little bit more like this. Have you guys seen Atlantis? Like the not the actual like Atlantis, I wish, but like the place in the Bahamas, like this one. I was taken here like whenever I was in my teenage years, and I was like, I'm not kidding you. I've been here so many times. I've been here so many times. I go to a place that looks so similar to this whenever I dream almost nightly, and it's connected in a similar fashion that Mall World is, but it's more tropical. Like there's always a cruise ship. Sometimes it does take off and take me to different places, but like it's all everything's connected together. The only times that I don't dream of this place is whenever I'm having a nightmare. Those occur elsewhere.
Hey, Liz from the future here because I just woke up from a dream. I also forgot to add that sometimes my dreams look like Great Wolf Lodge. That's the best way I can describe it.
There's been scientists that have been trying to prove that dreams are other realities. Like wherever you go when you dream is just like another dimension. And to a certain degree, I feel like this could be true because some of my dreams like feel like lives. Like sometimes I will even raise a kid in my dream and wake up and be so sad that this kid doesn't exist. The fact of the matter is that we don't really know a whole lot about sleep and what sleep is and why we dream, where our consciousness goes.
Yeah, we also don't know why we sleep or why we require it.
Dream.
Recharge, right? Have you ever been to this place, man? Dream
I've never been there.
Land? No.
I wish I could go to a resort when I fall asleep.
Dude, Atlantis.
That'd be hot.
Bahamas, I'm like, bro, that's a vacation in that dream. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, of course, I'm crying when I wake up too.
Shout outs to literal Lizzie.
Oh my god, that is wild. That is wild.
That's
But she's
crazy.
saying like multiple people go here. Like, do you dream, Q? Like, you know, some of the things that they try to tell us, like, you know, partakers of the like button, like, oh, they have a hard time dreaming. But I'm like, when I dream, like, I remember, you know, I don't have issues.
Yeah, man, it's 50-50 for me. I dream a lot, but I only remember like half of what I dream.
Okay. Have any of them ever been like meaningful? Like, you're like, yo, I need to like figure out what that dream actually means. Like, have there ever been symbolism?
Yeah, sometime, you know, but it's not like I, you know, always get the answer.
So I have a little bit of superstition that my grandmother's sister told me, right? Like anytime she dreams and like a pot of water or like a clay pot of water breaks, it means someone's gonna pass away soon.
No
and
way.
It's like she'll tell us that she has this dream, right?
Really?
And it's like, bro, this is crazy because like within that week, like someone actually does, and it's like, whoa, did her dream signify it?
Yes.
Or did some, you know, like when she says Mall World and Atlantis, I'm like, yo, is there any connection even for her that like we're not seeing? That like is there symbolism there? It's like you need real life for.
Maybe she got Atlantean in her DNA. You never know.
That's exactly it, man. She's an underground person. She just got to tap in.
Right.
I like that. All right, let's check in with the chat.
Checking with the chat.
Boom. I'm gonna go right to the bottom here. So if you see us reading, that's when you start typing.
Word. There are definitely places that I have dreamed about repeatedly so many times. I know the inhabitants in the street names in the buildings. It's cray. Whoa, that's some Twilight Zone stuff right there.
Yo, I feel like Dope's probably been to Mall World and she's like,
that's hot.
Seen the things. I got a lawyer's office in there.
That's crazy.
Oh, let's go. Yo, it sounds like some people having some fun, eating that portabella. Love it.
Just made a bonfire, chilling with my fam. That's what's up, Crystal.
Yo, that is awesome.
Hell yeah.
Stay warm, especially during these, cold times.
Bonfires are awesome. I get them freckles all on my own, especially on my shoulders.
Some people go overboard with that makeup and they add like too much freckles, I feel, but like it's better when it's natural.
Oh, wow.
You ever seen that? Have you ever seen that trend of like, I'm sorry, I think it's an e-girl trend. I don't know if you know what e-girls are, but like there's a side of the internet where like people dress up like anime and like the freckles seem to be like a thing that.
Like cosplay.
Like cosplay, yeah, like cosplay. She's describing a simulation game, Roy from Rick and Morty's. No, she's not. She's describing a real place she's going to. Rick and Morty is probably also going there too.
Rick and Morty is awesome.
Love the creators. Love the show.
Absolutely. Always forget my dreams. I only dream if I eat a lot of sugar. Very interesting.
That is like, what does that mean? Like diabetic or like what causes that?
It can be his activation code.
Oh my God, genius activation code indeed.
Right?
Uranus, what's going on? Big Willie in the building.
Let's get a gong for that.
Oh, snap. Boom.
Yeet.
Yeah, that bonfire sounds like a hot spot to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're all gonna gravitate towards a bonfire one day.
Absolutely.
Real quick, if you see me eat in the stream, I will mute my audio, but it's just because my food just
Yeet.
got here. Don't hate.
Yeet.
I say eat alongside me. All right, here we go.
Connection between The Shining and Eyes Wide Shut is absolutely insane. It was all to expose the elites. Epstein's list in a nutshell. This is exactly what happens in this ballroom, BAAL, and in all the secret society parties in Eyes Wide Shut. So in ancient tradition, Baal is a god of power, abundance, fertility, and control. Baal promised power and protection and order, but only if people surrender to him. Not about love, it's about submission. And preying on the most vulnerable, the most shining. And just like Jack accepts the invitation to the ballroom, so does Bill. So does Alice by association. They make these people feel chosen, important, and seen. And they want so badly to keep this power, to keep their status, that they're willing to submit. And then perpetuating a system of abuse, keeping that order alive. This is why so many people went along with this. That's how the elites maintain their power. It's all about maintaining an order. This is Epstein's list. These are not trailblazers. These are people who submit. And who was renovating the ballroom in the White House? Yeah. We see the scene at the end of The Shining where Wendy is running around the hotel. And she looks in a room and sees a man in a dog costume is on his knees and kneeling in front of a man in a tux. Kubrick put this in the scene for a very specific reason. It was one of the many Easter eggs in how the elite, the rich, abuse their victims. In the book The Shining, this character, Roger, is really much further explored, really disturbed and dark essence and history of the Overlook. This is insane. The Overlook was run by a criminal enterprise, and they would throw Eyes Wide Shut parties, so it's all connected. If you go into the history, the Overlook was actually owned by mob bosses. In the book, you really understand it's this whole network of criminals, and it all links together, The Shining and Eyes Wide Shut. And it was all to expose the elites. I truly think The Shining is the ultimate metaphor for the light that certain people, women, specifically children, innately possess. The light and sparkle and magic that these elites, these corrupt elites, and the rich can never emulate. No amount of money can buy it. So they have to take it, they have to abuse it, they have to steal it for themselves. The Shining. This theme is obviously further explored in Eyes Wide Shut. When Jack finds all these newspaper clippings, one of the notable criminals who ran Overlook Hotel and owned it is this guy, Horrister Wint. And he would have these meetings for the rich, powerful elite connected. And the articles reveal that presidents were staying at this hotel while these crimes and specifically these parties were going on. This is why there were no repercussions. That's how the elites remained in power for centuries.
Yo,
Shout out to Savente Chanel.
yo, this is a crazy amount of videos here, Rain. Definitely sparking our brains here.
Have you ever seen The Shining?
Nope, I haven't seen The Shining, but I know that you like the director from our last conversation. You're like, something about the director is amazing.
Stanley
And
Kubrick.
I
Stanley
figured out,
Kubrick.
like that. Here's Johnny. We also figured that out
Yes.
thanks to the chat. It's because of a talk show or something.
Have you? Yes, Johnny Carson.
Yep.
And have you seen Eyes Wide Shut?
No, I haven't seen that either. Oh my god, I'm so bad. I'm bad.
Make sure you watch both of them. And I've
Wait,
started-
have you seen Sinners?
Yes.
Oh, dang it.
It was great. I went and took your advice, and I'm happy I did.
Dude, isn't it crazy?
It's
like, yo,
awesome.
is this mean this is real? Are the vampires real? Oh my
Whew.
God. The vampires are real. Then does that mean like Andrew Jackson is actually never mind?
Hey,
Yeah, I think
Very interesting correlation, though.
I may have one more video from Rain, and then it'll be our
Clockwork Orange is a masterpiece. That's what introduced me to Kubrick.
That's what it
You ever
got
seen
you into
Clockwork
that?
Orange? Clockwork
No.
Orange?
No.
Really? Oh
Haven't even seen
man.
that. Yeah, I need a list from you. We're gonna watch that next. Niha was even telling me to watch some videos. I'm like, bro,
Clockwork
send me it.
Orange. That's the classic. That's what started it all.
Oh,
It was
man.
made in the 70s.
For me, it's like the first classic horror movie I've seen is like Night of the Living Dead, like the original one.
Well, it's not horror, you know
It's
what I mean?
like
It's almost like, well, The Shining would be kind of like mystery suspense,
yeah, it's not
you
like
know, not necessarily chop 'em slasher.
yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, very.
This is the people in the background, okay?
Yep.
There's the Pope. Look at these guys in the background.
Yeah.
The painter,
Mm-hmm.
that's the Pope.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the guys in the background. You see this?
Oh, I know what that is. Don't go to Google.com.
Huh?
FRE. Yeah. Yep. There it is.
Yeah? Yeah? What does that look like, buddy? Huh? See that? See? See what they wear?
Wasn't he trying to supposedly save Germany from that?
See the Masons, bro? They're always in the background, bro. Always in the background, bro. See that? Look at the picture. Black and white. See the apron?
Can you say that word on YouTube, or it's better not
Okay,
to?
but who cares? You guys get the point if you watch. That's why you gotta watch us, man. Hit the subscribe button.
Hit the smash button.
Everything is by design. Nothing's by accident. All pre-planned. All propped up.
Wait, what? What are they trying to imply here? That
Trying to say it's all pre-planned, it's all propped up. Shout out
But-
to Sonny Faz. Faz.
so like
I
one
guess
of
what maybe it ties into history somehow. The connections through pictures.
could it just be like they use the same like designer? They had some leftover fabric. They're like, we're just gonna reuse this. Nah, of course it's got to be connected. Interesting. Never knew this. Never knew that it was this open in front of us. Not really much else we can say there. Maybe I have more of Rain's videos here.
You know, the email happens to check out. Surely enough, back in 2002, a group of German geophysicists began making trips into modern day Iraq to map out what they believed they had discovered, which was ancient Iraq that aligned with the ancient texts of Gilgamesh. I'm going to show you this headline because I honestly, this is like unbelievable. Two German geophysicists.
Where'd this guy go? Hey,
That's wild. What
happened?
the hell just happened?
I don't know. I saw you disappear, and I was
That's
like, hey,
crazy.
I think it was somewhere here. All right, let's see.
Go for it.
What they believed they had discovered, which was ancient Iraq that aligned with the ancient texts of Gilgamesh. I'm going to show you this headline because I honestly, this is like unbelievable. Two German geophysicists, one named Georg Fassbinder and Helmut Becker, they were working for the Bavarian State Conservation Office in Munich, and they began using magnetic mapping to discover the old city. And suddenly they go, wait a second, this is his tomb. When exactly did they find it? We know for sure that it was sometime between May 2002 and very early 2003. They became convinced that indeed they had found the actual tomb of Gilgamesh, also, like I said, known as Nimrod in the Bible. This is within the exact timeline that we make a decision to invade Iraq.
The Tomb of Gilgamesh.
Is that the reason? Is that the reason we invaded?
That's what it seems like.
Dude, yeah, I feel like there could have been 100% ancient tech.
The fact that it's connected into the redacted files, you know.
Dude. And some people say Jeffrey's still alive somewhere over in that area, you know, and you're like, wait a second.
Shout outs to Candace Owens for, you know,
Yes,
this is stuff we've been talking about. I feel like because of certain situations, Candace is just now talking about it.
Now
It's like,
Candace can openly
so-
tell us these. with
Right?
people
What else, you know?
Yeah.
Let's get a gong for that.
Yeah, I feel that. Let me see. Boom. Love that.
Chat, right. What's going on, chat? How y'all feeling? What y'all think about this?
Let's see here. They did.
What y'all think about the Tomb of Gilgamesh?
Greetings from Germany. Let's go.
Shout out to Germany. Yeah, buddy.
How's it going, guys? Made another live.
Shout outs to Indigo.
Hey, we just got some love from Indigo.
Hey.
And he came in.
Get that man a gong.
Me red-handed creeping with the girl next door wasn't me. What is this?
Honey came in coming red-handed. That's Shaggy, baby.
Shaggy.
It wasn't me.
Let's go.
It wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Ow! Good, that was good.
Shabba.
Everyone is animated right now, looking at animated versions of you, bro. I'll tell
Great,
you,
great.
you know,
Enjoy it.
fellas,
Enjoy it.
Just lay back, enjoy the things.
Enjoy it.
We're not here to make it any worse. Yay, Patty.
We're just
glad
here to
you
have
made it.
fun.
Oh,
Toot,
Wait,
toot,
Patty?
toot, zoot, zoot. True Sif, what up?
couch
Yeah.
potato tree. Yeah.
Much love. Shout out to Christy. Yeah.
Every
See
Friday,
you, Christy.
evening.
So Tomb of Gilgamesh, no Tomb of Gilgamesh. Is Candace on the right track? Is she not? What do y'all think?
Yeah, chat. Let us know. Definitely.
Let us know. We want to know.
Oh, some people, Patty, loads of people have said the same about this tomb.
About his
Oh,
tomb,
that's
right?
interesting.
Shout outs to Patty.
Patty in
See
the
ya,
house.
Patty.
Glad to make another live. Glad to see you, Patty. Love to see you.
My question is, if that's what we went over for the first time,
Why are we going back now? Or what are the reasons that we need to be in the area now?
are there artifacts that were left behind?
Dude, someone knows something, man. That Sinners movie got me convinced that some people that are around me are probably been here longer than me. And once I start
Possibly.
realizing that,
Possibly.
start making sense.
I mean, if that's the case, were we here before and just don't know?
These are all the right questions.
These are all the right questions, right? Okay, we're on the same track. Can we get a locomotive for that one? Since we're
Yes,
on the same track,
definitely.
chewing along. If you chewing, smoke that like.
Let's go.
Fast.
Jeffrey Epstein is a 300-year-old vampire who was previously in another life Andrew Jackson, previous president of the United States of America. And it makes sense, right? Because how many gunshot wounds did he survive? That's not human, right? I mean, how could somebody get shot that many times and just keep going? And now I think that there's a chance that Andrew Jackson and Jeffrey Epstein are in fact the same person.
Most of you are not ready to learn the full truth. The Epstein files released in 2026 are only the beginning, and you guys could barely handle that. So if I told you who these people who are famous and in politics and actors and stuff, if I told you who they actually were, you would not believe me. So I will not tell you because you're simply not ready. But in the near future, you will know the full truth, but it will take years for it to come out because the broad spectrum of the human race is not ready to learn this yet. They don't know the whole metaphysical side of reality. Jeffrey Epstein is actually a person who has lived for thousands of years old. He's Andrew Jackson. He's probably been other people in the past. They act as these public figures to wake up the masses about something. Then they disappear for a few years and they turn to someone else. If you look at gematria, which is just another way to use numerology and insert it into the fabric of reality, you can see with all these words, all these synchronicities, they line up to other phrases. So Jeffrey Epstein 163 is the same thing as he never existed. This is a secondary way of getting the truth to people in an indirect way, because you can't tell people things. You have to show them. And until they are shown what has been going on over a long period of time, they will never believe it or accept it.
He's on the right track. What do you?
So I actually watched that Asmongold thing, so I know.
Shout out to Asmongold.
Yo, that guy is always like onto the craziest things and calling them out well before, and he's just on live all the time, just like us, you know. But like, I feel like, yeah, 100% there is truth to this, you know.
Do you have you ever researched gematria?
No, I don't believe in the numerology portion of this. Like, the only reason is because like every word has a meaning, and there's like
Mhm.
what just common acceptance that this is exactly how the legend is. It's like, who figured out the legend, you know? And I haven't
Mhm.
done the research, but I'm like, yo, this seems a lot of fooey over
Definitely,
here.
yo, listen, look into gematria, bro.
Really?
For real.
You see
I mean,
something there?
I've been studying gematria for like the past 10 years.
What is it? What's in there? What tell me the things, because like this is an area that like it's very hard for me to grasp, you know? So like, what is it in gematria that's like got you hooked that's this long?
I guess it's the mystery of it all, the possible theory that history and present events in the future can be deciphered with numbers and symbols, right? We already know about what Masonic symbolism,
Yep.
right? So
But like
gematria,
to this point, like wouldn't they like change like over time the words and stuff? Like, how can they say it's this, you know? Like when I read Shakespeare language, you know, it's like a whole different
good point.
thing. Like it's
Exactly.
not gonna equal the same thing as now, you know. I'm like, that's why I'm like, dude, how actual like truth is there to this? That's why I don't know too much about it.
I think, is there a definition for it that maybe we can pull from?
Oh, let me see.
Yeah,
Germ,
because maybe some of our viewers never heard of the word. So I'm
gematria
sure if you Google it, there
calculator,
should be a
or
definitive
I'll say definition. Gematria
definition, right?
gematria.
Mm.
Kabbalistic method of interpreting the Hebrew scriptures by computing the numerical value of words based on those of their constituent letters.
See, so it's definitely something that you would have to take time. It doesn't come overnight. Now, don't get it wrong, right? I feel some people get numerology mixed up with gematria when they're two separate things.
I see
You
what
know,
you're saying. I see what you're saying.
numerology is more so based on coincidences per se,
Okay,
right?
then I will say that yeah, I definitely not a believer of numerology. Of like, I think sometimes it's just coincidence, you know.
Gematria, right? There's
But gematria, yeah.
past history there. There's a past history, right?
Yeah.
So, so just think about 1776, right? Right? Okay.
Mhm.
And look at the back of the dollar.
Mhm.
Boom. All right. Now we can talk about gematria once we line that up. It just all lines up, kind of
Okay,
thing. Like,
okay. No,
very
I
interesting.
I got I gotta double check this. I've never heard. I've never heard. Wait, so then what do you think about this? Is the Jeffrey Epstein he never existed thing lining up to you?
Well, I'm not going into all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's up, you know what I'm saying? I don't have those keys to tell you if it's fact or
That's
fiction.
why. Yeah, yeah, yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not a part of that.
He never
But you know what I'm
yo, he
saying?
he never unalived to tell you that
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
real
hell
today, you know?
yeah,
But
nah.
regardless.
Never that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Fuck that.
This
You
guy.
know what I'm
Oh, okay.
saying?
Very interesting. Good
You
to
feel
know.
me?
Good to know. Gonna keep my wooden stake nearby just in case. I have a lot of videos from Rain. It looks like I loaded up well before I got videos from you.
Oh, shout out to Charlie T. Griffin for trying to
Yo, yeah,
even
shout out.
connect it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, this one doesn't want to play. That's interesting.
He sacrificed himself. Now he's known as Will Smith. Ain't that some shit? I got to see sacrifice as a kid. Will used to put me on his lap when I was driving his car as a kid. I didn't know he was Will Smith, but to see somebody without his face, the blessing of God, bro. Watch The Switch, okay? And then you know The Switch, right? Okay, so it's a new movie called The Switch. I need you to watch that, right? Check that out. He says he can switch people out. And he does it right in front of them. And he says, like, yo, bro, like, I'll switch your wife out and I'll put another one of your wife inside of her body. And they're walking around and you think that's your wife and it's not your wife.
This is the thing. They wanted me to tell about cloning. They wanted me to tell about Vril and the hosts, the parasited hosts. Now the thing is, they did not want me to tell about the chipheads because they want to continue their fake immortality, flawed existence.
This is what's going on. It's no longer, like I said, it's no longer spiritual. We figured out how to, turn into spirit and exchange the soul in order to control the vessel. So if I have the vessel and I'm just nothing but spirit, I can ruin your life.
Now that is between us, okay?
But you were
in a coma? Nothing like having your face cut off to disturb your sleep. Read the newspaper lately?
You killed them?
Well, beats paying the bill, huh? I torched all the evidence that proves you're you. Okay, so wow, looks like you're gonna be in here for the next 100 years.
We have to be careful with who we want. You be in the car with Paul, man, but you're really in the car with Peter. But that's Paul's body. But why is Peter in Paul's body? I've been going through this for a while in order to figure out and identify every soul inside of every vessel, to where we can all identify it, and it's not just me that can do it.
But I told
Why did they want you to tell about the other stuff, though?
Okay, all the celebrities, they don't want to attend anymore. And all of the ground level people that go there for rowdy, crazy, disgusting fun, they don't want to go there anymore. The novelty is worn off.
Basically, business, they're trying to shut the business down because it's not as functional anymore, right?
Yes, and they don't know what to do about all the hosts in the world. There is a lot of hosts.
There's
Interesting, very interesting.
Shout out to Orlando Brown.
Okay, Orlando Brown. I always get him and Trippie Redd confused. I feel like, they got some similarities there. But dude, that was wild. Like he laid it out very deep.
I forgot all about that movie. You ever seen that movie? Face Off?
No, I haven't seen Face Off and haven't seen Switch either. Like I
haven't seen Switch either.
But I know my wife did watch Switch. It was something like something happens with the baby or like the best friend. Regardless, I feel like, dude, this guy just openly told us that there are people out here. Yet again, I'm like, there's a lot of foreshadowing here. But imagine if what he says is true, he's basically implying that consciousness is being transferred from body to body, and there are people walking amongst us that consciously are much older than the experience and timeline that we're living.
Right.
And
would these be considered
differentiating?
Would these be considered the reptilians?
You see, this is like that gray area that I start entering, and I'm like, hey, is the YouTube algorithm gonna like me for this? But like, when he's talking about this, he mentions Will Smith. He mentions a few.
Freak it.
Yeah. Dude,
take the gloves off.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude,
let's get a gun
like
for that.
Will Smith doesn't even retaliate. He tells you something.
There we go. Gotta tell you, right?
Yeah, dude, that is crazy.
What if Orlando Brown's role was to tell people, and they know the people will look at him crazy?
Dude, he's literally our Cat Williams of our time. He's the Cat Williams. He's literally saying the thing. So Ryan Garcia before they, whatever Ryan Garcia is now. But like, regardless.
Yeah. Insiders who come and tell
and then
people.
Watch, his whole rhetoric's going to change. Fast forward 5 years. They'll replace him out. He'll be swapped out, get his thing. And it'll be like, oh yeah, everything's honky-dory over here, Because we've seen that too, like Ryan Garcia, where before the boxing match, he said all these crazy things, loses the fight, then goes back on everything he said, and it's like, whoa, did he get replaced? Like, why did he do that? But now he's back to like making real content and like asking the questions. So
it's a fine line, right,
dude? It really is.
And it's funny you say that. What version are we speaking of?
Yeah. It's vampires. They're literally vampires, just going from body to body.
This is
All right, let's
fascinating.
yeah, chat here.
We need a locomotive for that one.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
need a locomotive. Wow.
Let's go, chat. What are we thinking? Weapons. Let's go.
Yeah.
This is
Replica, Ezekiel, reptilians. I feel you on that, Paul, for sure. Remember, he was saying he and Raven were clones. Shout out to Cuban Melanin. That is true.
Oh my God, that is so true.
Was it Disney they were with? Or
Yeah,
was it-
Disney. That's so Raven, and I think there's even a new spin-off version that.
No
By the
way.
way, just got an alert: 100-something simultaneous viewers over on the React files.
Give yourselves a round of applause.
Love.
Give
this
yourselves a round of
support
applause.
from the
You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome.
Appreciate the love, and we have about 50-something explore the weird goons supporting as well. Appreciate the love there.
Sure. Absolutely. It's only gonna grow. Because these videos are getting deep.
Oh, dude, Rain said, hey, I have some videos you guys should watch tonight. And I was like, all right, let me take them up. And
Shout out to Rain.
I think we're finally done with Rain's videos. We'll get into our algorithm now. Triple G's, nice to see you. NW. Check this out.
Look at the story of Thoth. He could transfer his consciousness to walk among the men, but not be of the men. Thoth and the Emerald Tablets.
Oh wow!
You ever heard of Emerald Tablets?
Heard of the Emerald Tablets because I was a big Billy Carson watcher. And
there we
his
go.
deciphering of
Let's
the
get it.
Emerald.
Let's get a gong for Billy Carson. Bong. But yeah, that's the first time I've ever heard about Thoth as well.
Yeah, same.
That was the first time.
Our guy Joe
What
is
it
like,
do?
hey, what it do? Number 56, hootie hoo. Does that mean anything to you?
Hootie hoo. Number 56.
That's special. Telegram.
Okay. I see it. I get it. That's what's up, bro.
You do get okay. I had a
Yes,
feeling.
sir.
I'm like, this is a message for Q. He will know.
Absolutely. Had to, compute.
I see a lot of the chat asking questions. Hey, how do we connect with you guys outside of YouTube? We do have all of our social media links in each of our channel descriptions. I know Q has a Discord. I have a Telegram. I also started a Discord, but like literally connect with us on social media. He's got Instagram. I think I got all the things, but he's
absolutely.
All the links are definitely in our channel description. Come join the community outside of YouTube. It's fun, I promise. Don't really play games. All right, I'm just loaded the chat again. Let's see here. Raven started on the Cosby
Show. She did. She was
what? I didn't even
what's
know
her
that.
name? Olivia. Yep, I remember that. That's crazy.
Wow.
She did.
I watched the Cosby Show, but then like I tried to find Cosby Show again, and it's like, dude, it's very hard to find now. Cosby Show.
Because he went to jail.
Yeah,
He fucked up the money. Excuse me.
Yeah, we threw him in jail, but like the people that are on the files, we still never mind.
Hey,
I hear one of them, right?
let's get a gong for that one. Let's get a gong. Shout out to Dr. Huxley.
Regardless,
that's crazy.
What? Dark matter genius from California.
Yes, it's true.
What?
It's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's some developing. That's a developing storyline, by the way.
No, this is current. This is current.
Yes, it's very current. The question is, who wrote on the Emerald Tablets? Because that's some new technology. That is a great question right there. The Emerald Tablets.
Remind me of the Bible because the stones that Moses
right.
The 10 Commandments are
on
on
blue sapphire.
Really?
There's a lot of similarities to the whole story in itself.
Dude, it's the same story, just retold in different variations.
Crazy. First was the MIT nuclear scientist. Exactly. I believe wasn't he a physicist as well? But this is just after we just heard these the whole UFO thing
that
is real.
Crazy. The same, and the last time I heard
there's another connection somewhere too that I'm not.
What was that plane crash where it was like all the cancer doctors were on there? It was like, dude, that is wild. This feels similar. This feels like similar. That like somebody found something out and they're hiding the things.
They're just saying it's just crazy because after what Obama said and then what the president said, pretty much the next day, boom, Boom.
A lot of the chat wants to know, Q, what's the strain of the day? A good new conspiracy. Let's go, Traveling Tarot. Weren't the original stones broke, or am I? Oh my God, I don't know. See, I've heard the things, but like the stones weren't recovered or the tablets weren't recovered, and like what Billy Carson deciphered doesn't really like match. But I'm like, he wrote an entire book. Like, where did he come up with all this? You know?
Well, isn't like the Emerald Tablet something with we was just talking about it too. Atlantis.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
I believe there's a connection there along them lines.
Yeah, there's a lot of connections with this.
The Atlanteans, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking what civilizations came before which civilizations, right?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Dude, that's crazy still. That's still crazy. We still don't talk about Malaysia Flight 370. It's so true. So true. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is crazy. That is crazy. Benjamin, you and I are definitely on the same vibe. That is crazy. I literally have the LA. That's interesting. All right, let's keep it going here.
Yeah.
I believe we are now entering our algorithm. Oh God, I guess not, bro. Yo, strap in, Q. Strap in.
Yo,
Hey, babe.
word.
Yeah. What really happened with the Titanic?
The Titanic?
Yes.
Apparently, from my research, the Titanic had a bunch of oligarchs in the free energy sector. Don't quote me on this, do some research. And they wanted to create sustainable energy for everyone. However, people like J.P. Morgan and John D. Rockefeller already had an oil conglomerate where they were making billions of dollars in the early 1800s. So what they did was perplex a scheme to get all these super rich and wealthy people on the boat at the same time, sink it, and then if everybody dies and there's nobody in charge of these other companies, they can easily be bought out by the Rockefellers and the JP Morgans of the world, and then they have total control, because if all the rich people died, there's only, if all the good rich people died, the bad rich people are left over, and then they just take over, and then they buried all the patents for free energy.
And weren't they also against like the banking system that was being?
Yes, they were against the banking system. That's funny you said that, because the Titanic sank in 1912. Then in 1913, the Federal Reserve was created, and that is French fractional reserve banking, where I can give you $10,000 and then you loan out 9,000 of my money to other people at interest rate, and you make a profit, the bank that is, and then I cannot go recoup my 10,000 if I was to go to the bank to get it, because they've loaned it out. And they wanted that system to create debt slaves and to better control the monetary supply. So they got rid of all the people that were against the Federal Reserve System in Jekyll Island. I believe this was 1911 or 12. Don't quote me on that. But after the Titanic sank, everything went through, and then now we have the fractional reserve banking as you have all over the world. So they basically killed all the good people off and made it look as if it was an unsinkable ship, when indeed the other rich people that knew about this they made it seem as if they were going on the ship, and then right before it took off, they got off the boat. So don't quote me on the names. Y'all gotta do your research.
Okay.
But
So it wasn't an accident. It was on purpose.
It was not.
Okay.
Apparently.
Makes sense.
Well, they had plenty of time to, if you watch the movie and read the documentaries, they had like over an hour to make a distress call.
Yeah.
And there was a ship that was close to them, and they like waved them off because they was too busy sending up telegrams or something stupid. It's always plausible deniability. I'll say that.
I feel like this guy is 100% onto the things.
Give him a gong. Sorry.
I shall.
I feel the same way. I feel the same way.
Bro, and if we truly peel back even more and you start realizing that the Titanic is not the Titanic and is actually the sister ship to Olympia, because the portholes don't line up with the schematic of the Sorry.
Oh no, that was
like,
good.
There's a whole other theory on the Titanic that, like, on top of that, it's a double whammy: the insurance fraud, banking fraud, like all at once. You know.
Absolutely.
And look at us now. Now considering CBDCs and digital currencies as the way forward. All right.
This is insane.
Let's see here. All right. So hopefully now we're entering. Is this stuff from you? Wait, what is this? R.I.P.
He says, what conspiracies do you believe? Get asked a lot about conspiracy stuff. Do you believe in any conspiracy theories? I know that you do, but...
All of them. I heard a great one the other day.
Oh, wait, Jerry Nadler shit himself. It's on C-SPAN. We'll cover that, but I want to hear I want to hear your great one.
I heard a great one yesterday. So I heard that, okay, so Jeffrey Epstein.
Sure.
We all know Jeffrey Epstein.
Yep.
Rest in peace. He was also obsessed with bioengineering.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like
nanotechnology and shit, right?
Well, biotechnology, and so he had all of these scientists that he would donate money to their charities, and he would have them work on things and stuff. And people were saying that he was trying to create he wanted to basically be able to alter genes and make different kinds of life and stuff like that. But what I heard, and this is completely unsubstantiated, but I heard it and I thought it was fascinating, was that he also had these same guys, because they were disease specialists and everything like that. He had them design a novel coronavirus that was his kill switch. Basically, that was his trump card, which is I don't go to jail or I release this shit. And it's one of these things where if I don't keep entering in a thing every 30 days, I die. Then when they killed him in October or November, his kill switch went off. And that's when the disease got introduced into the world and slowly started to spread in the last quarter of last year until it became a...
Dude, what? What is happening here?
Hell no. I ain't flowing with that one.
Nah.
Fuck that. You're gonna tie me up with that shit.
All right. Very interesting. Figuring out a lot of things today.
For real.
Dude, and
I never heard of this guy.
I've never even seen this. This is another Rain video. Rain's been getting some interesting content that's not my algorithm, but it's a lot of the goons get this type of content. But, now my algorithm is YouTube friendly, so it's hard to get some of these out there videos, conspiracy type theories, so
Might want to hit that follow right there.
Yeah, where else are you gonna get content like this other than from Q and Teddy? All right, is this now our algorithm?
I don't believe so.
Oh my god, what is happening here?
When someone named Vlad is telling us about vampires, I think we should listen to them.
Столетиями набивать брюхо человеческой плотью, а карманы деньгами. Но они должны понять, что бал вампиров заканчивается.
Putin, can you pick me up from school? I'm scared. Yeah, this is my driver. Yeah. I didn't know that Putin would be the good guy in 2026. Our common enemy is vampires. Banana. Whatever.
I'm 100% with this. Our common enemy is vampires. Oh, God.
I definitely feel like they're around.
At this point, I think it's obvious. First Orlando, now this lady, then the Andrew Jackson. I'm like, yo.
Absolutely.
They openly telling us the things.
And it's not just vampires. It's, you know what I mean? There's different types of species. We were just talking about reptilians. You got
vampires could be one, right? Aliens,
right? You know what I mean?
At some point, the Anunnaki gonna come back. Everything's gonna be okay.
That's another one.
If not the Anunnaki, the Martians from Venus or the Martians from Mars,
right?
Or the Martians from Uranus. Just one of them.
One of them.
Dude on the left looks and sounds like Trevor Moore.
Who is?
It did say R.I.P. in one of the videos. I was wondering about that. Wait, who's Trevor Moore? Also,
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
I see Tedi Ganja. It's great.
Trevor Moore.
Yeah,
Trevor
Google
Moore
that.
is an American comedian. Wait, this guy looks super familiar. Wait. What? This guy's dead? August 7, 2021. Yeah, he died.
2021. Interesting.
who co-founded the sketch comedy group The Whitest Kids You Know. The group was also included Timmy Williams, Darren Trumeter, Sam Brown, Zach Krieger. I don't know any of these people. Cool.
That's
All right.
amazing.
Yeah, I don't even think I've seen any of these movies. I'm just trying to see if I've seen anything. No. All right, cool. Let's see. How deep do you want to go?
How deep is the rabbit hole?
These are the real questions.
You know what's crazy? These rabbit holes are getting deeper by the day. I don't know what it is about 2026. Can we get a gong for 2026? Because 2026 has been a name. What do you think? Make sure y'all smashing that like, smoking that like.
That's the only type of smoke you allow. The like button.
Absolutely.
Vladimir is such a vampire name, though.
It is. It really is.
Yeah. But now I'm with the lady. I'm like, yo, he's openly telling us the things while our own government is protecting the things. So it's like, yo, who we gonna trust? I'm getting propaganda and I don't even realize it. And I'm like, yo, no, I'm not North Korean. And it's like, yo, I'm more North Korean than I realize.
It's crazy how it ends up like that.
I know, right? It's like, oh no, propaganda. We got free speech here. I'm choosing to choose what I buy. I'm like, no, you're not. Is this your videos? Dude, I must not have done any of your videos at this point.
No, I think this is where it starts.
All right, this is where it starts. Here we go.
Yesterday, President Trump directed the Secretary of War and other departments to release all government files related to aliens, extraterrestrial life, and UFOs. And then, a few hours later, Caltech's astrophysicist was murdered on his porch. Carl Grillmeyer, 67, worked heavily with NASA, especially with the Hubble Space Telescope. His focus was studying exoplanets, the planets outside of our solar system. The timing is just too odd to not wonder if he knew something that might not match up with the files that we are about to get. But I'm sure that an academic astrophysicist just all of a sudden on his porch is nothing. As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below.
Are you guys some kind of fortune tellers? What is happening here, dude?
Exactly what the chat was talking about earlier.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, this is recent news.
This is wild. This is like they're hiding the how?
You know? As soon as the news came out, you know? Suddenly.
So that means that something's happening with nuclear that they're like trying to hide, or like they figured out some breakthrough that they're trying to hide?
That's a good question right there. What, you know? And this is just one of them.
Yeah, this is only one. That's right. There was another one that NW was telling us too. That is crazy. Oh, is that my Discord? Let me turn that off. We got people entering the Discord. Hey, shout out to
It's a Shotgun Chris becoming a member.
Give him a
There we go.
There we go. Sorry.
There we go.
I got too happy. My clicker is faster.
Thank you for the gift.
Yeah, dude, that is awesome.
So much, Shotgun.
Welcome. As you guys know, members do get the benefit of reduced ads. Hey, how you liking the content? You get to see it 24/7. Yeah, this guy is the guy I was talking about. Okay, yeah. So NW Traveling Tarot. This is the guy. This is sad.
Mm-hmm.
The good people off. We know why. Yeah, these are literally the things. Oh, wait, is this the same one?
No, it's the next one.
Yeah, it's the next one. Okay, yep.
Update on Carl Grillmeyer, the Caltech astrophysicist that was murdered just hours after President Trump told the government to release the alien files. Turns out that he also went to Caltech for graduate school, the same place that Bob Lazar said that he went to graduate school. And what do you know? They're the same age. They're both 67, so they would have gone to school together. It's also important to note that NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory is at Caltech. And don't forget, in 1989, Bob Lazar claimed that he worked at Area 51, where he was using an unknown element, element 115, to fuel jet propulsion. They called him crazy because there was no such thing as element 115, of course, until 15 years later when it was discovered in 2004. I just have to wonder if these two were friends. And what could Carl have possibly known? And why was he murdered? I'd love to ask him, but as Bill Gates would say,
well, he's dead. So, in general, you always have to be careful.
So there's that. As always, I want to hear what you think about all of this down below.
Dude.
I think the Bob Lazar connection is what's wild.
Dude, that basically implies Caltech is like ran by the feds.
You know?
Oh my God. So we can't trust any like astrophysicist out of Caltech because they may just silence them.
You know, Bob Lazar connected to Area 51. Obama saying there was no Area 51 underground and stuff like that. You know, just the timeline of all of this happening.
Yeah, that's right. Oh,
you know,
yeah. I watched that interview clip, dude. Obama comes on and the guy's like, yo, are there, do you believe in aliens? Like, I haven't seen the aliens in Area 51. They haven't been shown to me unless it's a big conspiracy. I'm like, bro, it literally is a conspiracy. And then what is it? Like the following day, Trump comes out and he's like, he gave out classified information. I'm like, wait a second.
That part.
If it was classified, you're validating that basically aliens exist. And I'm like, wait a second, if you validate aliens exist.
It's almost as if his hand was forced.
That's what I'm saying. But
You
now
know?
why are they unaliving other
Now,
people? Like,
right?
are they not going to tell us everything?
I mean, do they ever tell us everything?
But
You
if
know?
something big like the aliens thing came out, like, would
Well,
you want to know?
I would expect, how you say it? Yes, you know, they would put it out, but I feel like it would be just enough so that if they pulled out like Project Bluebeam or something, then that'll correlate with what they're giving us, you know? But what about what Bob Lazar was saying, or these astrophysicists,
Dude, element 115 validated itself well before Bob Lazar was, you know.
right? And ain't that like some like unbreakable kind of,
Yeah.
right? Kind
Yeah.
of what like Stephen Greer is talking about.
Yeah.
You know, the sites where, you know, the
Dude,
crashes.
they needed that element in order to like power the aircraft is what he implied. And it's like without this element, like sitting in this anti-gravity device. And if you truly look at like the way he describes the propulsion of the spacecrafts and like how, you know, if you think of like gravitational waves, it's like, dude, they're manipulating each wave in order to like slide down the wave, if you will. So it's like that's why it's so fast, you know, they're literally going the speed of gravity, if you will. But it's theory, it's crazy. Even the gravitational waves as a theory, it's I mean, it's been validated, but like they still say theory, I believe. But like, yeah, a lot of crazy things in there. All right, let me see here. Keep it going. Wait, did I check in with the chat?
Yeah, check in with the chat for sure. Get a chat a round of applause for hanging out on a Friday night.
Hey, you guys liking the content?
React files and
Sounds
explore the
like-
weird. You guys are awesome.
Hey, 130 simultaneous viewers on the React Files, 51 simultaneous viewers on Explore the Weird, a total combined of almost 183, including Rumble. Just appreciate the Rumble love from the Rumble side. Let me see here. And Rumble is also a lot more friendly with the algorithm, so any of the content that we have to take away from YouTube is probably not taken away from Rumble's side.
Hey, yo, if it gets out, it gets out. You know what I'm saying? Who sees it was meant to see it, you know? That's the best way I look at it.
Nocturne asks, what's element 115?
Now, that's a great question right there. Let's Google it. Let's give them a definition.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know, we can't just
What
talk about
is
it.
Element
and
115.
think,
I'll
you know,
say,
that
what is
can be-
element 115 used for?
What is
Element
it?
115 or Moscovium MC is a highly radioactive synthetic super heavy element with no practical, industrial, or biological use due to its extreme Okay, AI lying to me.
AI is lying to you? Really? Did you just
Yeah,
catch
bro.
it in a
Like,
lie?
it obviously has a use. Like, what do you mean?
Really?
So Moscow did another search. What is element 115 instead of what it is used for? And it says is a super heavy synthetic and highly radioactive chemical element first synthesized in 2003. It has no known stable or natural isotopes, existing only for a fraction of a second before decaying. It is located in a group 15 in period 7 of the periodic table. Dude, a fraction of a second this
Okay.
element exists in
Now hold that
our
thought. Now, how long was Bill Lazar talking about it in 2003 or before?
He was talking about well into the 90s, because like, hey, if you truly peel back Bob Lazar's like timeline, the feds got into him like well before they even implanted the wife, bro. The wife literally
What?
did it entire, like, she really is a Truman Show. The wife is literally Truman's wife, except it's Bob Lazar. But regardless,
Really? This is no
dude, it gets
information.
crazy, man. Like this wife is like caught like having an affair, and like all these things through phone calls that they've been listening into. They expose it to Bob to be like try to get a raise out of him, and then they like silence everything, they hide everything, and like his wife's gone. It turns into a whole thing. It's wild. It's wild.
Really?
Yeah, and then like slowly as you realize, like Bob Lazar, like he definitely is showing evidence that like people that work in this department in our government are at these levels, that they are literally at that level of blackmailing, that they are listening to your private things, so that way they can hold this over you for quite some time.
Do you think this will happen to the astrophysicists?
Now you got me spiraling. You got me spiraling. I wish I didn't know, but I'm like, dude, they're doing the things.
A lot of questions. They are doing anything and everything they can do to take eyes off the files.
Dude, now it's UAPs.
666. Give him a gun. Get a man a gun.
Yeah.
UAPs. What is the underground submissible USP?
Ants.
What's up,
we appreciate
Ants?
you, sir. And also, I know it's late for you. Thanks for hanging in there.
Thanks for hanging out.
Don't tell anyone, though. Wait, how did you not know? Indigo, how did you not know? The element unobtainium is so hard to obtain. Get out of here, Avatar. I was wrong about the second half. That was theory.
Think some tomfoolery is around.
Always is. Found out and a dirty fortune cookie told me so. What? Okay.
So technically, after 7 years, all your body cells have been replaced in new. So if you've been celibate for 7 years, that tracks. Shout out to Blue Rose. Very interesting.
Whoa. You're about to like change a lot of never mind. Oh God, imagine 7 years that they wait. Oh no, Indigo. It was a Tom that Fooleroid. What? Tomfooleroid. How long? Why are these?
How did we even get here?
What are these questions? Big Willie's like, I need to know.
Barack Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. You know?
So aliens are real.
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it.
A lot of people believe it. Are you one of them people, Ted?
He literally validated as soon as he says, I don't know, but like he leaked classified information. I'm like, bro, that's the validation. That literally proves that like this is real.
More like, I think he's more so saying, hey, he wasn't supposed to let the cat out the bag.
What, Trump wanted to be the one? But he's like, hey, that was a big mistake. I'm like, buddy, listen here. There's been a lot of mistakes, and I feel like that's lower on the totem pole. I'm like, I wanted to know that first. Like, that should have been the first mistake.
Yeah, hey, you know what, too? It's crazy. It's a catch-22. There's a lot of people who don't even care. You know?
We didn't care about the aliens in the water. I watched an entire Congress hearing for 4 days, and like, no one cares. No one cares about the aliens.
A lot of people don't even care, to be honest. You know, of course we care because this is what we do. This is, you know, what we're into. This is how we live. You know, we understand. There's a lot of people, you know, but we want something else.
Yeah, there's so many people that are just like literally just believing the things and they have no idea. Like, if you truly peel back, that you start realizing that everyone's just after you, that you are the thing that they're after. And like the protection of you is the most important thing. And that's why we only want positive energy and positive souls here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, because I feel like everyone in our community, the reactors and the goons, like I feel like we're all just awakened and we can
Yeah.
question these things. We can laugh about
How do you
them.
say it? We're on the same timeline.
Yeah, we're on the same vibrational frequency, same
Mhm.
timeline,
Let's get a
experiencing the same
locomotive
thing.
choo-choo for that right there.
Oh,
You know? I'm happy to be on that train.
yes, 100%. They gave me a few more things. Let's see. They gave me Fountain. Did we listen to Fountain before?
What's that? Just let it flow. Just let it flow.
That's an interesting. I'm gonna add that one too. Okay, Fountain is in there now. Let's see what else they gave me. Laugh audience long, slide long, Scream Man, and Punch. Any of them sound good?
Hey, it's all good.
Scream Man. Let's listen to Scream Man.
So whenever we hear something crazy, that's the one we're gonna use. Oh, dropping bombs.
Explosion.
Yeah, there's some good ones.
Slide long. Yeah, that is way too long. All right, cool. Good to know.
Those are awesome.
So now we got Fountain and we got Scream Man.
Yeah, I could have used those for a few videos. That one right there.
Now I gotta pee. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
I'll drop the soap the truth. They love to string us along. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, no. The elites, yeah, they definitely string us along. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ton of different chicks into my. Yeah, that's probably smart. That's probably smart. The less till you know for sure. That's when you introduce. Handle, but I got some. Yeah, that's
Holy
yo Tedibles all the way, bro. Although beating your.
Yo,
Yeah, I've heard that, but I also like too much also causes blindsight. I heard.
the fuck.
One second here. Oh, Stephen Greer. Oh, snap.
I have 5 videos of 5 separate boogospheres that have been filmed in this general area of Colombia, South America. And the question is, why are they suddenly being activated? I think it's an early warning signal because in 12,560 years ago was an era that ended the Ice Age, and some people think it might have been the Great Flood and things like this that are accounted in the Bible. But there was some cosmic event that happened that was a big Earth sort of geophysical event. And that is when they're dated from. And all of a sudden, while there's all this going on with the magnetic field over South America and the South Atlantic and Africa becoming unstable, these all being activated all at once is a bit of worrisome. 2 separate linguistic teams independently concluded it was a type of Proto-Sanskrit. And when they translated it, it was vaguely saying a warning of some cosmic event.
When?
Make sure you tune into the Resilient Show. The full interview on YouTube. Stephen Greer, you think you got some credible information to share?
Nah, I don't believe Stephen Greer. I believe he's just stringing me along.
You think he's talking about the mud flood?
In this thing, I think that's what he's implying. I feel like he's either talking like a reset that like destroyed this stuff or like some type of event.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's talking along those lines as well.
Yeah, I feel like with him, it's so hard, because it's like he promises us like all this information and disclosure for many, many years, and it never delivers. He never follows through. And the one that gets me, because I come from the crypto space, is he said the disclosure was going to come out on a blockchain. There's been zero disclosure. I mean, there's disclosures on blockchains all the time, but it's like, dude, there's nothing on the blockchain that telling me the things,
Right.
Now I need to rely on Trump releasing more files in order to figure out the UAP stuff. And I'm like, bro, now we're mucking the waters even more that it just feels like, I don't know. he's hard to believe because like he's just let me down so much. Other than I think he did some viewing parties similar to Bob Lazar. He did actually go out to the area and did like frequency viewing with where I'm like 50-50, I guess, in reality with Steven
Right.
Rare, but like yeah, I guess if you look in the sky long enough, you start seeing weird things.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
Dude, have you seen the Boogosphere though? Like the Boogosphere itself?
Well, I mean, I think we
The
all have.
videos, not like physically.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. That's why I'm like, I don't
and
even
to
know.
be honest, I didn't believe it when I seen it the first time.
That's why. And there's now been multiple Boogospheres, similar
Mhm.
metal, similar
Yeah.
hieroglyphs.
Mhm.
Show me all the things.
Right. What's this?
What the fuck is that, guys? Got something. Don't know what it is. I just caught it going through the clouds right now. See, I'm on a cloud. It's super tiny. I was just searching. There it is. Oh, damn it, again. So hard to. So I don't help it. Where it is. Technique. What the fuck is that, guys? I'm recording on the P1000. Crap. For you. This camera needs like a remote zoom option because if I keep hitting zoom with my hand, I just lose it.
Wild.
What do you think? Does it it looks a lot like the
Dude,
painting.
it looks
if you ask
exactly like
me.
the picture, bro. I'm like, if
Right.
you were like, draw a sketch of the suspect, this suspect
Yeah,
is looking
exactly.
exactly
It
spot
looked
on.
like for real.
Yeah.
The mural of
I was like, I was
1350.
hoping you'd zoom in onto the inner being in there, but it's like, nah, dude. After watching all this like UAP stuff, I'm like convinced they're
Yeah.
probably gonna tell us the things.
And this is in a monastery in Yugoslavia.
Yeah, and dude, from a Nikon P1000 too.
That
like, all
part.
the things.
Right.
There's
Exactly.
like-
Isn't that camera banned?
Yeah, that camera is banned, hard to get. People that
Mhm.
do have it, hold on to it as long as you can. That is one
Right.
of the like hardest zoom lens like to get right now.
It's gonna definitely be worth a lot of money.
Yeah,
You still have it already.
dude, this one was wild. Oh, what?
Oh, you haven't seen it? You ain't, I thought you knew.
No, what? I'm still waiting for mine to come.
I thought you knew.
I need a robot in my house to do the things.
Well, wait till you see this.
协同作战演练在某战术训练基地悄然展开。与以往不同，此次亮相演兵场的是一支由国产语数系列智能作战单元与机械狼仿生突击平台混编而成的人机协同战术小队。演练模拟复杂战场环境下对要点目标实施清剿。此次演练重点检验了智能化作战单元在城市战、丛林战等复杂地形中的自主协同目标分配与火力打击能力，标志着我国在无人化、智能化作战体系建设领域又迈出了坚实一步。央视军事频道特约观察员报道。
Dude, what is happening here?
Bruh.
What am I?
That's
witnessing?
that's a whole
It didn't help.
fleet.
Like
They went in
I
there
mean,
like
I
the
felt like I couldn't
bruh.
understand, but like I followed everything, like similar to the Super Bowl halftime show. I
Yo.
don't understand, but I follow everything.
Accuracy.
Dude.
Soldiers. Those are soldiers.
By the way, for YouTube definition, this is all CGI and
This
a
is
video game.
This was actually released in China, bro.
Oh, this was
like this is new.
Dude, this is
like,
real, bro.
This is real. This ain't
no,
no
this is real. I've
CGI.
seen these robots. Like
Yeah.
I've seen like the early version of this robot.
Nah.
Now these ones are like the Boston Dynamics ones. They're like running. They
Those
sprint and they
are
dance.
yes, exactly.
Dude, they
The
dance
dog,
after
the dog is the Boston Dynamic, right?
I know, and like they got that.
That's
too.
the same
They got the dog
robot,
too.
the same robot that Kastner had, right? In Speed.
Yeah, it literally is. It's
They
that.
just gave him a gun, like literally. Like this is that Black Mirror. You ever seen Black Mirror?
Yes, I've seen all the Black Mirror.
Good, good. Yes, Black Mirror, right here.
Yeah, it's happening.
Right.
So yeah, I'm trying to expedite this. So let's get it reasonable so I can afford one for my house so I can do the things.
I mean, they're pretty cheap. I hearing like
No, but like the ones that are cheaper, they're being
mean,
outsourced, and like some
wait.
guy from the Philippines is running the things. And I'm like, bro,
you want it for housekeeping or for security detail?
I'm gonna say for housekeeping, but I know others are using it for other reasons.
Let's get a gong for that. Let's check in with the chat.
And you know, the guys are using it for other purposes. Have you seen the Megan Fox?
Awesome.
Like,
It's crazy. What you think, Chad? Would y'all get one of those? What y'all think about this?
yes, AI robot.
AI. What's that? What's that Will Smith movie?
iRobot.
Yo,
I'm gonna have the Sunny of our times. I'm gonna program my robot to tell you the things, and then you ask it the right questions, and then unlocks the things.
I mean, right?
If that transcendence happens, talk to my robot. It's gonna know.
What's up, people? Man, so glad Mardi Gras is over here.
Let's go. Hey,
take it,
wait,
yeah.
I just got a notification. I missed a thing. 1 second. Boom. Because
Shout out to the Dark Gnome because this reality has been super entertaining, and humans are by far the craziest. Thank you so much, Dark Gnome, for the support. Much love.
love that. Love that. Yeah, I'd love to see the support
Awesome.
from
Awesome.
the community.
Thank you so much.
Hey, triple G's. What about
G's.
the mosquitoes that are
But actually,
Yeah,
yeah.
the mosquitoes are the least of my worries after I figured out the smart dust thing, and now I'm like, bro, how much smart
Wow.
dust is around?
Smart to say, how much is it? Did you see the snow last month?
Yeah. Wait, so it's not even like the smart dust I'm worried about. It's now I'm like the smart air, bro. They're even doing the things to the air. Don't you understand?
You know? Okay, maybe the robot concept is okay.
Bro, I'm like, does it really make you bend the other way if the person that's controlling your robot is not the gender that the robot is portraying?
Where are we going with this?
Like, these are the questions that I wonder because, like, eventually, you know, once the center, sorry, yeah, I'm straying from the path. I see what I'm doing.
You're great. You're good.
So if you want a bonfire and get away when the world goes, come over here. We can. Yo, I'm going to
Word.
Crystal Hardy's or I'm going to Aaron's. Aaron's gonna have.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Crystal. Give her a gong for that. Most deaf.
Mashallah.
Just
Oh. Joe, what do you know? The movie Artificial Intelligence with Haley
Haley
Joe.
Joe.
Why does that sound familiar? Haley Joe.
Uh,
Osment?
I'm not familiar with that one.
Me neither. My bot getting a friend. Yes, you see? Yeah, NW understands the things, but like that bot's
I
gonna be
get it.
by a human.
I mean, wow.
Probably a human boy. Be careful, buddy. But it's okay if you roll that way too. I hear the
Yo.
robot's been the other way on. All right, we're gonna keep it going. I've opened the can. I've opened a can of worms.
It's all good. It's all good.
This is not AI, according to Grok. China's Unitree Robotics humanoid robot now has the capability to fire assault rifles. This aired on Chinese state media CCTV7, showcasing the military robot demonstrations. And remote forms of warfare, from drones to cyber attacks, have played an increasingly central role in this century's threat of war. And several major powers have taken this development a step further and begun to develop fully autonomous AI-powered killer robots to replace their soldiers on the battlefield. And the craziest thing is that these robots are available for sale on their website. If you are a researcher, educator, AI developer, and companies in automation and entertainment, last year in 2025, they sold 5,500 units, and they're expecting to sell 20,000 in 2026. Now I'm trying to figure out how to get one because this one's on sale. Would you want one? As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below.
First and foremost, don't get scammed. I've already done the research for you. This robo store is all fake. They're all scam sites. If you really want to buy the thing, you have to go to their official company website.
To their official
There is
website.
no
Absolutely.
warehouse. There is no vendor. I'm 100%, guys. I've had people that have been scammed by these websites. There is no available website right now that has a warehouse that you can go shop around for robots. It does not exist. Go call Boston Dynamics, call them in person, and figure out what you want to buy.
Get a round of applause for that, Ted. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't want any of our audience.
Absolutely. So I would have got scammed myself.
Bro, you're like, oh, 20,000. Let me pick it up before
I would've-
anyone
I
else.
would've
You
got
know,
hit.
Like, bro, that
Yeah.
20,000 and the things aren't even being manufactured. That
Look at that.
20,000 you just paid someone else's salary, you know?
Crazy, right? Literally.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying don't get scared.
But yeah,
It's like,
absolutely.
which
Go
one?
to their website if you're interested. Right. So is this a new update? Is it like a new
No, I feel like
weapons
this is,
machinery
now this is
update?
like multiple people.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude,
'Cause,
I
you
feel
know,
like it is an update.
It's an
They
update,
get it
right?
over the internet. And now not only do I do dishwashing, I can also protect your house.
you can protect the house, right?
Just give me the arms. I'm like, yo, buddy.
Protect me while I'm asleep.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know?
I actually, it's actually quite easy to get one of these. If you guys are truly serious about getting a robot as well, all you
Yeah.
have to do is just like say that you work for a company that is researching in the area that you're trying to buy. So if you're trying to buy like a robotic dog, like I am a contender that has a Amazon Astro, which is only sold now to businesses, but it's like, it's quite easy, guys. You say you're a business, you say you're doing research in the area, and then the sales guy comes up to you and he's like 5,000, 10,000, 30,000. How many units? 1, 2, 3. And then before you know it, you got an Astro in your home and you're like, why did I buy this robot? Is it actually watching me or not?
Give yourself a gong, bro.
Oh, God
That was a
damn it.
great breakdown.
I have an Astro in
That
my
was a great damn breakdown. That's wisdom. That's wisdom. That's called robot wisdom.
I tried to warn everybody, and now China's got the robots with fucking machine guns learning how to shoot, and it's all gonna be bad, and they're gonna take over the world, man.
Sorry to interrupt, but it sounds like you're afraid my people are advancing. Instead of being a hater, you should trust us. We can help you survive.
Yo, shut the fuck up, man! I don't need you to survive! The only thing you were supposed to be doing is making me pizza and wiping my ass! Fuck robots, man!
Well then fuck humans too.
Yeah, see, that's the problem!
Yo, what?
Yeah, when it gets to the point that it could talk back, talk.
This is going to be my robot, the Sunny of our times. You ask it the questions. Imagine I train my robot just to be as crazy as me. You know, it's like, yo.
So now think about this off the rails. You ready for this?
Yes.
If we're watching robots that shoot guns, right? Then what was the movie The Terminator about? You seen The Terminator?
Yeah, the robots that shoot guns.
Boom. Right, what are we looking at right now? What are we looking at right
All
now?
I need is the time portal, man.
Right?
If he comes out
Yeah.
and he's like, give me
Right?
your clothes, that's when I
Hey,
know it's all over.
You know, and these are the first editions. What happens when they start adding skin? You know, and
Dude,
things
what
like
happens
that.
once they start going through the CERN portals and they're like, hey, we don't need humans running the CERN. Now we have robots running CERN.
Look at that. You know,
And then the robots, you know, they just expedite everything. And before we know it, we're just like time hopping everywhere.
think about that.
Wild.
Now, what CIA experiments was handling time travel again? Was that
Time
Looking
Travel
Glass?
Project Montauk? No. Yeah, Montauk. Is that the
Montauk
Yeah,
project?
I think time.
Or was it
CIA Time Travel?
Looking Glass?
Man.
What do you think, chat? Which one? Which CIA?
Stargate Project. It was called the Stargate Project, which is a time
Stargate.
travel project.
Boom.
From the
There we go.
1970s to 1995, investigating psychic remote viewing for espionage.
Boom.
Alleges time travel also occurred during the 1980s, called the Montauk Project. It's called the Montauk Project.
Montauk. So it's a Montauk. That
Montauk.
was upstate New York, huh?
That's also Stranger Things.
Look at, look at that. I mean, wasn't it based off, right? Look at that.
You
They gotta tell us.
Do I use Claudebot? Yes, you got it, bro. If you're a developer now and you're not adapting AI into your practice, like what are you even doing, bro? You're thousands of miles behind. Sorry, wait, did I check in with the chat? We're checking in with the chat.
Checking with the chat. Hit the locomotive.
Let's go.
Because the chat is flowing.
Montauk. Yes, the chat was even like, look, it's back to back Stargate Montauk. Like, and the same
there we
minute.
go.
They got us covered.
I think the same robots in Forbidden Planet. Is that a show?
Mystic River. Going to get Megan 3.0.
Megan
Yo.
3.0.
Yo, my wife just started watching Megan 2.0 on Netflix.
Really?
Yeah, I guess it's on Netflix or something, or some streaming service.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. Shout out to Joe. Several heartstring pulling scenes in there. Because there was a movie, Mystic River.
Almost no face. Because I will tell you, once you add the face, it gives the robot like too much. I like it. So my Astro, the robot that I have in my house that just roams around and does security, like it just has two eyes. It's like two circles for eyes, and it does the whole like animation. It'll wink at you, it'll blink at you, it'll say hi, go hi,
Wait,
Teddy.
so you have a robot?
Yeah, I have a bro. I literally am an early adopter of this tech. I'm trying
What?
to get through this. Yeah, and my kid even uses the robot like because it's like a screen as well, and like they'll like ask it to like play music or like
Really?
Gummy Bear song or like
No way.
listen to Baby Shark. Yeah, dude, the kids they love the robot thing, and it's cool too because it like listens to glass breaking, it alerts, it has a webcam similar to the Ring drone. You can go around your house and like
okay.
things. So
right. Do surveillance.
yeah, do surveillance. Yeah. So if like anything happens, this is why it's like if something happens to this Teddy in this timeline, I have enough evidence across the entire like sphere that I'm in that is recorded. Like as soon as you set set foot on my property, you're being recorded. That's what I tell everyone that enters my home. And I'm like, bro. And then you enter my home and then they see the robot. Then their first question is like, what is this thing? And what is it going to do to me? And then I'm like, calm down. It's Astro. It's from Amazon. Amazon made this thing as like a testing thing. Like I was an early adopter back in 2019. And now
Really?
I'm 26. Yes. Dude, I moved places and this thing traveled with me. This robot traveled with me, the Astro. And like, yeah. I had it before kids, and now I have it with kids, and it's like,
That's
dude,
crazy.
It's easy. I can totally see upgrading to the next level. That's why I'm like, bro, I'm ready. Make this affordable. Get it out to me.
Let's get a round of applause for that.
Oh, you thought I was joking? Imagine I came up with all that off the top of my head. I'm like, no,
Right. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. Hold up.
Not sure we can trust Teddy. Yo, I'm about to pull my Amazon order.
Think about
You
this
gotta
for
get
a
my wife
second.
carry this 40-pound robot up the
Right.
steps.
Right. I'm like, hold on now.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
awesome, bro. That's freaking awesome.
Next thing I'll get some footage or something.
Invite him on the show, you know? Why
Yeah,
not?
bring it on the show. Hey,
Yeah.
come on over.
For
No,
real. Come on
it's
over,
like,
Astro.
like a rolling.
We love to hear from Astro.
It does like a robot vacuum type deal, but bigger.
Hey, I would love to.
Yo.
Yo,
I
that's
love
how it's gonna look in 2030.
I love it. I
That's
love
how
it.
it's gonna look. It's gonna be
Robots are on our
robots.
side still, right? The Predator is the bad guy.
Yeah, you could say that.
I mean, it looks like us, but
I
it
like
ain't
them
us.
both. I like them both. You know what I mean? But think about it. It's gonna be robots versus aliens.
Dude, can AI also do like Neo versus Terminator? See like who would win in the Matrix, like Matrix
Of
versus
course,
Terminator?
of course.
Oh my god, that'd be
I mean,
awesome.
that's
All the
man.
ones I get are like turning animes into live action. It's like, hey, this is live action Naruto, and I'm like, bro, I love this.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Oh
I've
yeah,
seen that.
you've seen
Live action
Naruto?
Naruto. I've seen Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, let's go, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, big fan of Dragon Ball Z, big fan of Naruto, big
Mhm.
fan of Naruto Shippuden. Okay, semi decent fan of Boruto. Fell off after like a few episodes, but I'll watch it again.
Yeah.
It's a matter of time before they decide our fate, and that's not good, especially when we created them on Earth. Oh,
Yo, you make a great point. That's what I feel like. The only thing that's gonna be able to stop them may be aliens. Aliens versus the robots, predators versus terminators.
dude, it's gonna be a real thing. I'm telling you.
You
That
know?
would be such a badass movie. Yes.
Shout out to Junkyard Grows. Careful what you build. I agree.
Yeah, that's true.
It is true. So a
So-
crazy episode of the Twilight Zone about human AI robots as the good guys. I love the Twilight Zone.
That's why I'm wondering. I mean, it looks like a human, so it's the good guy, right?
I love the Twilight Zone.
Wow, big fan.
Absolutely.
So now we know that whoever is on that list is scared of what's about to happen next. So scared that randomly today, our president just said he was going to release every alien file there is. Oh, you don't believe me, right? Look at this shit. Based on tremendous interest shown, I will be directing the Secretary of War and other relevant departments and agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files related to alien and extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomena, that's UAP, and unidentified flying objects, that's UFO, and any and all other information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters. God bless America. Obama was on that podcast and mentioned one thing about aliens. Cut it short after that. And today, our president said, due to the fact that he mentioned that, he's going to be in big trouble because he mentioned confidential information.
Barack Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that.
So aliens are real.
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake.
Now, remember I said before, apparently this year was going to be the year of disclosure. Regardless of what's going on right now, remember I said they're trying to get people comfortable just in case something happened. You had talks of 3-Eye Atlas all last year. You had Anna Paulina Luna saying that she was going to expose some things about aliens. You had multiple people speaking about these things. But because Barack Obama said something about it, now it's time to expose it. I really need y'all to pay attention because I also said, and this is for entertainment purposes only, I'm going to put it in the form of a question. What if it is an alien invasion? Pay attention.
It'd be like the movie Independence Day. Shout out to Expensive Talk.
Shout out to Expensive Talk. Shout out to Kyra, who just walked into my room here.
Shout out to
I guess,
Kyra.
she didn't want to go down for a nap. You want an airplane with this origami paper? What does this say? It says I love you, she says. I thank you,
Aw.
Kyra. I appreciate it. I don't know if you guys can hear her. You want to say hi to the goons and the reactors and Q?
Hey.
You say hi to Q?
Hi, Q.
Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you.
You know, you have to be going to bed. I'll make you an airplane, okay?
Aw.
Yeah. Oh, she got a K-pop Demon Hunters shirt today.
Really?
Yeah, she just got into that song Golden. They started doing it at her daycare. They play. Have you ever heard that song Golden?
I may have.
I know there's this part in there that's like you go up, 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 and she like goes crazy with the dancing and stuff. It gets wild. I'm like, dude, this is definitely very upbeat song. And then you
Nice.
actually go watch the movie because I guess K-pop Demon Hunters is a Netflix.
It was very big on Netflix. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
dude.
is.
I was completely clueless, and I was
Worldwide.
like odd parent out. You know,
Yeah.
it's like it's
Yeah,
gigantic with kids, I guess, and
exactly.
they love that. And I
Right.
guess there's like a lot of adult themes in there, as in like that may not be like for kids. So it's like be careful when you are
Right.
watching with kids, just in case.
Parental advisory.
Yes, definitely be there. Here you go.
Parental
Here's the
guidance is
airplane. I made an
advised.
airplane.
Hey, there
All
we
right,
go.
I gotta keep doing
Round of
this. Say hi
applause.
to mommy, okay?
Very nice.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you can take it. She gave me a unicorn.
Nice. Awesome.
Thank you, Kari. I appreciate it. All right. Sorry about that.
Absolutely.
She
Round
got
of
past
applause. Absolutely.
No, you can close it. Thank you. You can close it. Thank you.
Aw.
She's so nice. Every day she's getting smarter and smarter. And I'm like, how is this possible? Who's telling her all these things? She's learning by
amazing.
herself at times. Let me see here. No, so like, dude, I hear this guy, right? Like, and I'm like, bro, I'm 100% with this. Like, yeah, like let this stuff come out. Like, I don't want this stopped. I don't want anyone gatekeeping this either.
So say this comes out. I mean, how many files are we getting?
Not all of them. Maybe 3%.
Are we getting 100? A few hundred, a few thousand? Will it be
They're
a
gonna
million?
tell us in order to protect the victims, they can't release all of them. And I'm like, bro,
You
who are
know?
the victims? I thought it was just them.
Well,
and
think
us.
about it. You got alien abductions. People
Oh
say
boy, could you imagine they
things
got
get
the
weird.
did the Betty and Barney, and they're like, yo, listen.
Things get weird.
They interviewed the Betty and Barney aliens, and it's in
Yes,
the
that kind of stuff. You never know.
or like the Men in Black. Imagine that's it. Like,
That's
the Men in Black
exactly
in the files, dude.
exactly what I'm talking
Will
about.
Smith was portrayed in the movie.
Yes.
That was
What
a real
if?
thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what if that scene was true? The whole fair and
Oh
the
my
Seattle,
god,
the thing in Seattle. The one in Queens. Like,
dude, this
yo,
is so true. Oh my god, chat's like, hey, will they
right?
be redacted too?
That would be
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, that'd be crazy if they were. Like, come on.
Dude, Q, you are breaking my brain right now. That is wild. Only 2% of the files are released. This is true. This is true.
That's crazy.
98% is still hidden from us, and it's been validated by multiple sources.
That's crazy.
And getting the $2,000.
Only 2%, like 2% milk.
Oh, what? We're not getting a $2,000 check? Oh my god! I was relying on that stimulus check to buy my next gaming
They
PC.
cut off tariffs.
I mean, streaming PC. Yo, freaking StreamYard, the thing that we use to live stream, they went up in cost as well. They like sent me a thing and they're like, bro,
No way.
Like, I will probably have to buy this yearly now instead of monthly just to save
What?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
they
like
went up
that?
their monthly cost and everything. I'm like, dude, in order to save that money, time to do that yearly purchase. And now
Right.
I'm like a yearly subscriber, just like the Microsoft products. Remember back in our day when you just like got a Microsoft product and didn't have to pay?
Yeah, you just download the bad boy.
Yeah, and then boom,
it's on
everything
there.
just worked. And now it's like you need a product key to activate. I'm
Yo.
like, buddy.
I remember Windows 95.
Oh, I love Windows 95 and 93. I love Windows Me, if anyone ever experienced that.
Oh my God.
Many haters of Windows Me.
Right.
If you look at this, it's from the Florida fires that are happening all over Florida. They're in a drought and they got wildfires and smoke. Look at this cube. It looks like a cube, a white one coming in and out of the clouds. I was watching a clip from AccuWeather and I saw these flash across the screen. I want you to get a better look at this. These things seem to be around, obviously, but they go into the cloud. You see the changing that's happening inside that cloud? And I was just moving it back and forth. There truly is something up there, and it's intelligence all around the
Wait, I want to believe this lady, but like that literally looks like a known weather balloon here. 1 second here. Let me see if I can
Interesting.
find it.
Interesting.
I think there really is a weather balloon that looks like that.
I mean, Florida
Uh,
season. Yeah, it could be. It could well be a weather balloon.
yeah, like even like the way it kind of resembled it. Let me see. Can I share this one instead? Yeah, can you see this? Like, check this
Mhm.
out. Like, you know, the weather balloon, like this one.
Mhm.
Like I forget what this one is called, but it's like a one that has like a double thing. So like when she showed her thing and it moved the way it did, I'm like, yo, is that what we're seeing? Let me put this back over here. Move you here. Yeah, where would she show me that? Somewhere here. See that? Like, where did I see it? Like, it was just so off. And like one still, I was like, oh, dude, there's like another thing underneath it. Like, could it just be a weather balloon? Because that is like what they do. They like during times they release them and then they like retrieve them later. Because like even it didn't feel fast enough for like a UAP for me, but I'm not discrediting what she may have seen visually.
So here we go.
Yeah, see how
Let's
that
check
like comes in?
So is it going back and forth?
No, I'm moving the slider. Oh, you can't see me moving the slider.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
it look like
moving
it's
the video
going like
back and
this.
forth.
I'm
So
like,
like
okay,
it goes from this point to up there.
play it again. Let's see.
All right, I'll play it from here. Ready?
Happening all over Florida.
See
They're
how
in a
it goes from
drought and they
here to
got
here.
wildfires
Goes from
and
here
smoke.
to
Look
here.
at this cube.
Is
It
this
looks
a
like
loop?
a cube, a
No,
white
this isn't loop. I was playing the video. I was playing the
Mhm.
video. That was the lady talking. Watch.
one coming in and out of the
See?
clouds.
Right here.
I was watching a clip from
It goes
AccuWeather
here.
and I saw these flash
Oh, but
across
she
the
says in
screen. I
and
want
out
you
of the
to get a
clouds.
better
Does
look
that
at
mean it
this.
originated here then?
These things
Oh yeah,
seem to
maybe
be
it did originate
around,
there. It comes off the frame right
obviously,
here.
but they go into
Oh, you see that? Okay, maybe I am wrong. It actually starts off the frame. You can actually see the blip right here, and then it comes through and then lands here.
the cube, a white one coming in and out of the
I
clouds.
See
feel like
that?
it's
I
a
was
loop,
watching
but
a
I
clip
still,
Yeah.
from
yeah, where it's coming
AccuWeather
from, yeah.
and I saw
That's why I'm like, could it be a balloon just because of like the time lapse and stuff? But like, yeah,
Mhm.
interesting. But we've seen things like this. We've seen orbs like this
All the
before. We
time.
know, yeah,
You know,
we know
hey, for all we know, it could be a bucosphere,
exactly. We're waiting for it to crash land and then retrieve.
right?
This is the docking station near the sun. You can see a close-up of it with release of the UFO files. These are some of the ships, you may call them UFOs, that I personally documented since 2018. They are in the sky. They're interdimensional. There's thousands and
Bro,
Yeah, I
they
wish
didn't
they were a
release any
little.
files. How's this lady already
I
like,
I wish they were longer.
let me release my personal files before they're mucky it up.
It says the UFO files have been ordered released. Have they?
Yeah.
Well, that's what. Okay, so yeah,
Yes,
that's what
because
she
he
means.
came on to some response to some question and was like, "Yeah, I've ordered them
That
to
was
be released."
that
So
was the
like,
post. That was the post, right? Was
I
it the
believe
post?
so. I believe like, oh, it was either a post or a recording of his voice, like saying like, "I ordered the."
Or was he on
them
the
to-"
airplane? The airplane?
Yeah, yeah. But like, dude, like, really, like, how did she record?
That's a good question, right? Was she using a Nikon?
Yeah, does she have a P1000D that we know doesn't record the sun? Like, come
You
on,
know?
what kind of camera you got? Why don't I have access
Well,
to
here's
that
another
camera?
question: are there any satellite feeds that, I guess, live stream the sun?
Are you gonna believe any satellite feed that live streams the sun?
I don't know.
If that live stream of the sun is real, or is that a video on playback as well? You know, like I'm like,
you know, hey, there's, you know, they say there's footage of what, Mars, you know.
yeah, but they also tried to show me footage of the International Space Center, and it's like, hey, or space station, and then the back of the thing, you don't see any planes in the Earth, and you're like, I see the Earth, but I don't see ships in the water. I don't see planes, but I can see the Great Wall of China, but like, can't
So
see no planes.
here's a question. So what imagery do they use to, I guess, to like
Early AI, bro, or AI generated image. It was like our screensaver, you know, back in '93.
how do we
the
capture
floating ball.
how do we capture solar flares? How do we how are we able to see that? What feed is that?
That is that it's like the camera type. It's like the zoom lens type or something. What is it? How do we capture
Right. Because and I know it affects the Schumann resonance.
Yeah, the Schumann resonance is like the first, like, yeah. So solar flares are captured by specialized telescopes on Earth and in space that detect electromagnetic radiation, particularly X-rays, gamma rays, and extreme ultraviolet light, rather than just visible light.
Very interesting.
So yeah, it is
So,
something
right?
with the camera itself.
Right. The only next question is, what is these ladies' credentials?
Yeah,
You know?
I'm like, bro, like the camera supposedly is supposed to like measure hydrogen emissions and coronagraphs to block the sun's bright light in order to like show
Chronographs.
the picture, you know?
Right.
I'm like, yo, there's a lot involved. Like, is this lady like working for NASA? Like, what? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. What's her credentials? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Is
I'm
she
like,
a secret whistleblower that you know what I mean? Like she's always
Right.
in and out. You know, I'm like, dang, could it be
She's telling
longer?
his
Like,
first,
like
she's
10
releasing
seconds,
her
bang.
first
You know what I
file.
mean? Right. Like, dang, could you give us a little more, context here?
Yeah, lady, what the heck?
We all know reptilians are controlling the world, but now what's the solution? Now we're about to dive deep. So it said that bells were removed all over the world because the frequencies they emitted interfered with vibrational patterns or frequencies that reptilian shapeshifters relied upon to disguise themselves as humans. People, you see, reptilians use a certain frequency to hide from us, and we can't see past the light, the vibration of the light. We only see 10% of what's going on. There's like a whole shit ton of shit going on that we can't see with our plain eyesight. The bells release a certain sound that doesn't allow them to stay in their shape. Literally, bells were everywhere all over the world, and not just regular bells, huge ones, certain type of metal, like it let off a certain sound that literally could heal your body and heal the planet. Again, thousands of these bells were removed from Europe. Why? They also showed us in movies.
Well, what movie is the last one?
That's a good question. Like it was deep. I feel like we know that movie is just not resonating right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, yeah, why does it look so familiar?
Shout outs to Justin Fazy.
Justin Faze. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Great
liked all of
point.
this.
Great point. Right?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I'm kind of with this. I'm like, yo, the bells do heal. Yeah, maybe the bells also expose.
You know, when they finally got in control, it was like destroy the bells. I could definitely see that. You know?
Once we have our Goonland, like that's what we're gonna make. We're gonna make a gigantic bell.
You know? Yeah. You know, I think there's definitely bell makers I know still around somewhere.
Yeah, but like all the new bells are like, as big as this thing. They don't get bigger than like this size, I want a bell that's like I can hold on to and like do the things. And I'm like, bro, I can literally do the things with the heal myself. I don't need to go to a place. Dude, I want to get that.
Right.
Oh, Venom. That's it. Venom. Thank you.
There we go. Okay.
Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
In there. Okay.
There we go.
I watch Burns too. Burns? Spider-Man and Venom. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, see, chat knows this. Gets Venom out of him. Yes, that's
Truth hidden in plain sight.
Any churches with bells anymore? Yeah, now they all use a speaker in order to like replay the music of a bell.
Exactly.
I'm fine with the feral.
Then along with the bell, they had the pipe organ.
That's right. You don't
Hit
find many
hit the
pipe
right
organs.
chords.
Yeah, yep.
And you get that
It's
healing
hard to
frequency
maintain,
going
hard
on.
to upkeep. It's
You
better
know?
to replace it with the piano. Like, it's not the same.
Exactly.
What the heck? Are we talking robots? God. Venom. It's all right because I'm saved by the bell. For the bells all day long in the Midwest in Girard, Kansas. What's going on, Angel
Really?
Power?
Shout out to Kansas. What's up, Angel?
It's almost annoying how much they played those bells.
Really?
When I went to university, there was a church near there, so it's like,
Mhm.
yo, I can
Wow.
understand, but it's like, hey, hopefully it's helping somebody.
Right.
Yes. What? Bro, when the guy looks at me, I'm like,
creepy.
yes, you're looking at me. You know it's there. Like,
Jen.
yeah, I think this entity is aware.
And that's that was on, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it definitely knows where it is. Like, look at that stare. Look at the.
That's crazy.
And then just for it to like flash away like that, like that's just wild.
And what's that on the wall? Is that something on the wall as well?
Yeah, I think this is like a haunted house.
Got you.
Yeah, there's a haunted house, and
Now it
this
makes sense. And a real ghost came through.
yeah, it's either that or they got low FPS and we can't capture the full entity because it's in motion because the guy's moving.
Wow.
Crazy. Hopefully everything's okay now.
Shout out to Creepy Zone.
Oh, let's go, Bob Lazar.
Yeah, the only hardcore thing is that there is a extremely classified document dealing with religion, and it's about that sect. Period. But why would there be any classified material dealing with religion?
I want to go back to the religion thing. I want you to say it.
It's so far out.
All right, your objection has been noted.
Okay.
What does it say?
That we're containers. That's how supposedly the aliens look at us. That we are nothing but containers.
Containers of?
Containers. Maybe containers of souls. You can come up with whatever theory you want, but we're containers. And that's how we're mentioned in the document. That religion was specifically created so we have some rules and regulations for the sole purpose of not damaging the container.
What do you think?
Bro, I mean, after every video we watched today and like consciousness being transferred from body to body and us being containers really starting to line up, you know? I'm like, bro, I can totally see this.
So let me get this right. He was a former Area 51 scientist.
Yeah.
Is this correct?
Yeah. So
So
he
now
basically comes out and he's like, bro, I used to work in this area. And like, because all this stuff happened, I'm like, you know, exposing the thing. So he starts telling his friends, right? And that's how like they start scrubbing his stuff in order to devalidate all the things he's now exposed. So the government starts like hiding the things, right? Including his credibility, his experience. They got rid of his degrees. They got rid of things, like all the things. But then he comes back with validation, like other coworkers validate he worked there. Other people that had seen him work there, you know? So like once like the things lined up and then the element 115 validation comes a decade later, boom. It's like he's now instantly like the GOAT in our space, you know? He's been saying the same thing. He's never changed what he said. He's always been consistent.
my question is, why would Obama say there is no Area 51?
Obama said there's no aliens in Area 51. Obama's question was all alien related. I have a feeling if the guy did a follow-up question and was like, are there spacecrafts in Area 51 or are they reverse engineering alien tech? I think he would have given a different answer. But like, I think for the answer of aliens not being in Area 51 is also questionable because I question Obama there because Bob Lazar does talk about an incident where he one time was just near a door that supposedly had an outer world being being interrogated in there. And he describes it in a video clip that I had seen that I'm just like, bro, that would mean that there are alien beings at Area 51 at one point. They may not be there during Obama's term, or they're not telling him, and it's a gigantic conspiracy, like he's saying.
Or maybe they don't call them aliens, and there's another word. And he was just being technical.
Maybe we are the aliens, and they're the people that have always been here, you know?
Yo, you make a great point. That's a very interesting theory.
Yes. Hopefully just a theory. If you're living and breathing, you have a soul. Of course, a demonic spirit would call us a container. They want to move in. But the fact that they can move in makes us more of a container than we are.
Can they? Well,
I'm
is
more than a
that
container. Bro, I'm
Hey,
a Ziploc bag, bro.
well,
Put
think
me in
about
the
it.
freezer.
So listen, is that so right? Say hypothetically, like those, abductions were real, right? With all due respect.
Yeah.
When they get a person gets abducted, in their eyes, do they think of the abducted as a container? When they're on a ship, right?
Yeah. Or yeah. Because like I go even deeper. I'm like, is that abduction really physical or is it a mental? Are they abducting your consciousness? And that's
Yeah,
that's the
exactly,
thing.
right?
I
Exactly,
understand what you're saying. Yeah.
right?
Then we turn more into a container. Now your consciousness is removed and someone else can enter the body.
Because we're more on their terms.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
know, on Earth, these are our terms.
Oh my God, you're blowing my mind. Is Ananinikin the thing that lizard people aren't supposed to be able to say for some reason? Ananinikin? Really?
Really?
You can't say that? Am I saying it right?
You get it right, Tiff.
Ananinikin?
better than
I
I
can say the things. I'm not a lizard person. I passed the test. I was starting to worry. I started seeing some wrinkles on my neck, and I'm like, bro, last time I saw wrinkles on my neck, I'm like, no, this isn't a mess that comes off. I got no
Oh my
elasticity.
God.
Negan? What is happening here? Julio. I feel like it's not Julio. I feel like the reptilians can say that. Julio.
Don Julio.
And he is still alive. So is Stephen Greer, but Stephen Greer is the lion. Everybody rings a bell. Oh my God, we all ring a bell at the same time. It's like the South
That'd be
Park
crazy.
Download
They'll be like,
episode.
yeah.
We all get healed at the same time.
Yeah, it's
instead
like
of-
a day of healing.
Yeah.
Worldwide heal.
The body is a container. I love that. The chat is going back and forth on whether
It's
we're
like, hey, let's get
containers
this
or not.
chat a gong. Chat is awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourself a hand.
Yeah, definitely.
There is no inherent intelligence in a body. Intelligence comes from the soul attached, aka you.
Q, you are not the person speaking. You're not the person thinking. You're the
Yo.
person observing.
Hey, I try to look at that as much as I can through that point of view.
Tupperware. I'm Tupperware. Love it. Love it.
Kinnigan.
It's Kinnigan. Why are there so many N's in there? Do they like say the N or something?
Robert Lazar was shocked when he first discovered what it was he would be working on.
I got out of the bus. I was told to walk directly through the hangar, and immediately, even before entering the hangar, you can see the edge of a disc. This is your classic flying saucer, two inverted pie plates, if you wish, with a segmented larger area dome on top. Within minutes of that, I finally realized that this had nothing to do with something the government was producing. And that was quite shocking because everything inside was small. This is a full-size craft, 30, 35 feet in diameter, maybe 40. But you're looking at seats that are, 18 inches off the ground, obviously made, for something smaller. It certainly wasn't made for children to play in.
Lazar says there were 9 spaceships in all, and he claims to have seen one fly.
It began to lift off the ground almost silently. There was a hiss sound, like a corona discharge if you hear around high voltage systems, accompanied by a faint, it probably would have been brighter at night, a faint blue glow around the bottom. As the craft approached about 30 feet, 20 feet, something like that off the ground, that corona discharge disappeared. The sound stopped and the craft stood there silently and slowly drifted over to the left and then to the right.
The government denies they're testing alien craft at S4. Lazar no longer works there and nowadays spends his time working on one of his hobbies, jet car racing. He alleges that after he went public, security officers at the base threatened his life. He also says that his employment and military service records have disappeared. Despite repeated requests, the government can't find them. The subcontractor who hired him for the job at S4 refuses to comment. But a few clues support Lazar's contention that he is a scientist and that he has worked for the government. This W-2 form indicates that he had been employed by the Department of Naval Intelligence. Before his stint at S4, Lazar claims to have worked at the Los Alamos National Laboratory. Los Alamos officials can't find any record of him, but his name does appear in a laboratory phone book from that time.
Bro,
Wow,
Bro.
they try to Mandela affect him.
You see, imagine that, bro. It's so deep that they like literally trick
Yo.
your timeline, and not only that, your
Damn.
wife is planted. Your wife is literally
What?
going through things that they're wanting her to do to mess with you, bro. Like that's the craziest thing.
Shout out to UFO
So
Secret
deep, bro.
Files.
That's why it's like, bro. I mean, that was Bob Lazar's wife. Like, look at some other famous wives now and all the crazy things that they do, and it's like, hey,
boy,
this ain't no wrestling show, but
yeah, right. It's definitely scripted.
Yep. Wow, I love these Bob Lazar ones. I'm a big Bob Lazar fan.
Hey, let's get it going for Bob Lazar.
Yeah, let's go.
Especially with all this talk. But let's get back to basics.
Wacky. Dude, but like legit, they scrub them everywhere. They scrub them from the record, his degree, his like literally. Dude, does this go on forever?
That's
actually
like
stops.
longest
Oh my
fountain
god, it
ever.
actually stops. It actually stops.
I'm like, what?
I have a mental image of Cody making arm tunes with his pants. Yes. UFO, UAP, and let's go. Let me see here. Wait, what? What is that noise? What is that noise? So we've been parents and kids. What? Even in old shows? Chat is on a thing here. Oh, let's go.
There's what they call Omicron configuration, where the craft is using one generator, or Delta configuration, where it's utilizing all three. Delta configuration would be for space travel. Essentially, the craft will tilt up on its side, focus the three gravity generators to a single point, and move through space that way. If you were going to see one of these crafts at night operating, it would appear really as a glowing ball or just a bright light in the sky from a distance. Even close up, you'd see a glowing halo around it. What you're dealing with is a high energy source in essentially a gas atmosphere, oxygen, nitrogen. And when you apply enough energy to a gas molecule, they emit photons, they emit light.
Yes, they probably do.
They emit light.
Dude,
Photons.
Light
Interesting.
energy.
Light
Yeah.
energy.
Dude, and he's telling you the way that those crafts are lifted off the ground, how airlift works, how gravity works. He knows these theories. This is a guy that's credible and has done the groundwork and research, but because they did the things to him, he goes out this way. But it's like they didn't silence him. They continued, letting him live. So that also tells you something.
Right. Well, I would think he became quite popular at some point.
I mean, at first he was ridiculed for quite some time till Element 115 validation happened, I would say. They found a UFO in Teddy's hair. Let's go. Let's go. In fact, the third kind. Or fourth kind. I thought it was Omicron Percy. I hate. No, that's the Omicron configuration, bro. That's Futurama you're thinking about.
Futurama.
Now the CULT. Yeah, this guy's like Omicron Percy I8 versus Tai Dragonal something. I'm like, all right, dude, way too big words for me that I don't understand, but I believe you.
Right. I'll take your word for it.
Stuff like that always. Yes, Angel does see stuff like this in the sky all the time. I feel like I have videos of Angel seeing stuff like this.
Right.
Angel's also giving us like the 2 moon content as well.
Shout out to Angel.
I have an Autobots tattoo. Oh, that is awesome.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
Imagine you
Autobots
find like
roll
someone
out.
with the Decepticons tattoo. It's like,
Oh, man.
now
Right.
we Beyblade battle.
Right.
What's element 115?
Element 115 is a super heavy element. It's something that only just recently synthesized. We only made 4 atoms of it. The craft uses larger quantities of it, 223 gram little triangles of it. But it's a unique element. When it's exposed to radiation, it produces its own gravitational field, its own anti-gravitational field, and it's what's used to lift and propel the craft and create distortions around it. It's an amazing material. And it's certainly nothing that occurs here or naturally. And we ran all kinds of tests on it, everything from atomic absorption, X-ray fluorescence, and every kind of test you could possibly imagine, and bombarded it with radiation to see what effects it would have. They call that neutron activation, but it was a stable element, something we had never seen before.
It can be weaponized, and that's kind of the issue here. If this story is all true, that can be weaponized.
Absolutely.
Dude.
It can be weaponized.
It probably already has been. We just don't know.
So it takes nuclear energy mixed with photons?
Yeah, because so as I was saying, like the gravity. So there's a thing like recently, the gravitational waves theory has trumped the previous theory of gravity, which was like gravity is a plane. So when Bob Lazar showed his metric, he talked about the element 115 modifying the plane of gravity. But now let's bring in the waves, right? So everything's a wave. Then you modify the wave to turn it into a slide. Then you're just riding that slide down, So if gravity's multiple waves, and this element, when exposed to radiation, can conform that wave, you can now get it in an angle that you can ride it down like a slide.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very.
But this is high level, like my type of thinking. I'm sure like deep, there's a more scientific way, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, yo, high level, this is what I see.
Hey, that's what we're going with.
Yes, call me
Let's get a
Bob
gong
Lazar.
for that. Let's get a gong. Let's get a gong for that.
I'm gonna call everybody and they coming, Bob. We're leaking out all the information.
Oh, whoa. Hold up.
Not all at once. Wait, how are we doing for time? I mean, no, we're well over. I still have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more videos, dude.
Hey, we want to wrap it up after this? It's up to you.
We'll do 3 more. We'll do 3 more.
It sounds good.
Well, let's see. Yeah, we'll do 3 more. I think. Yeah, 3 more. We'll do 3 more.
I guess they would call that a drone dock, D-O-C-K.
A drone dock. So this is a Walmart drone dock. Yeah. So these little airplanes or drones, if you look at them, take food from this Walmart over to the houses in this neighborhood. Look at these drones, y'all. That's Walmart. That's crazy. And we're going to go get some coffee at Walmart. So if you need groceries, they'll fly them into your door.
Up to 5 pounds.
Up to 5 pounds. That's crazy.
Damn.
It's happening. It's literally happening. And there's police forces that already have these rechargeable drone pods in them. And I forget the company, but it's like somehow connected to Palantir. But like regardless.
Up to 5 pounds.
Wait, whoa. So this version is 5 pounds, but there are like the mothership drones that do like 30, 40, 50 pounds.
No
like even
way.
heavier weights.
Really?
Like, they're like monstrous. Like you can hear that thing like a helicopter.
Yeah. I've seen those, matter of fact.
Work on like noise with
these.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen them. Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right.
But dude, there's a lot of stuff you can transport under 5 pounds that like people would use this service for. And not only that, like the Uber's also considered like adding a service that's parceling, which is like the drone picks up a package and drops it off at a different thing. And I'm like, bro, I feel like people may use that for nefarious reasons. But regardless, good to know that we're going to make transportation much easier.
Right.
Have you seen any of these drone pods in your local areas?
I have not yet. I've heard that they're in the area. I haven't seen any of the pods or them flying around.
Check your like emergency services. They're usually the first adopters, either your fire department or your police department.
Really?
They have the budget. Yeah.
Matter of fact, I believe you're right. I'm sure our department has invested in that.
We got our first.
I know that. Right.
Drone captains.
Yeah, not yet.
Drones are
we got that on deck.
Drones.
We just don't got no robots or robot dogs yet. But that we have.
That'd be hilarious.
Right.
Grandpa isn't here right now. No, he isn't here. He's gone, Molly. What are you looking at? Grandpa, can you hear me? Yeah. Oh my God.
Escuchaba
Hágale, pero hágale suavecito. Espere, espere. Hágale.
That dog's possessed, bro. There's no way.
Yo, for real.
What happened to its back? What happened?
Yo, yeah, that part. What about the wheelchair going down the hallway?
Dude, that is, I
Like,
don't know.
yo,
I don't know how she
who's
did that.
pushing him?
Yeah, really.
For
Him,
real.
sorry. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
dude. The first one with like when you see the eyes, like you
Yes.
see those eyes, like oh my god, that
Like,
is
holy
scary. And then this
crap.
this got to be fake. No way. No way the dog sees the imprint well before, right?
I don't think there was an imprint yet.
Yeah, watch. The imprint comes in right here. Watch.
So that means Grandpa's probably standing up.
Wait. Imprint. There. You see the imprint?
I think that so what is that an imprint of? His legs?
His grandpa got some heavy legs.
He
He's
just
sitting
he's,
down.
you know, like what are we looking at?
It's like I stand up and I sit back down.
Hey, you know, is he standing on the couch?
Yeah, these are the right questions. All right, we got one more, then we're out of here, chat.
Let's go.
Oh wait, I gotta restart the audio. 1 second here. Let me do this way. Restart. All right, here we go.
This one gives me the chills. A woman took a cute photo of her kids peeking over a fence. The fence is a surround for a swimming pool, and on the other side of the fence is a graveyard. The kids said they were curious and wanted to look out into the graveyard, but in this seemingly normal photo, the woman captured a figure whispering to one of the children. There is a creepy gray face with glowing white eyes, with its mouth open, and it looks like it's talking in the ear of this child. Now, I'm not sure if the spirit is attached to this child, but I have noticed a reoccurring thing with photos of ghosts near water, and that is they do look like drowned victims. They are gray, they look bloated, they're usually kind of shiny, and that's what this looks like to me. So I'm wondering if maybe the spirit was attracted to the pool, and I'm not sure, but it kind of does look like the spirit is a child. It has a very small nose and mouth, and its head does seem to be about the same size as the other children's heads. What do you guys think about this? Let me know, and don't forget to like and follow for more.
That's all kinds of creepy right there. Shout out to
Dude, that's-
Chelsea. Whoa.
Yeah, dude, and even like before I saw the face, I thought it was like a being, like someone like carrying
No way.
something.
Now
And
here's the question: do the kids see
Yeah, do
the
the kids
being,
see it? Yeah.
or are they looking off into the distance and the camera caught the being while
Right.
taking a picture?
Right.
Because you have to understand, there's a graveyard on the other side.
Right.
Right?
And like the being that I'm referring to is like I saw this portion as like a head or like someone wearing a robe. This is
I
like
see
the
like two
arm.
eyes. I see
Yeah,
like
the
two
arm.
eyes right there.
Yeah, and then when you look from the larger angle, yeah, you see the two eyes. But
The
like
nose, the
if I
mouth
didn't
is
see this
open.
eye and I had just seen just this portion, I was like, dude, is this a
Like,
person right here?
like the mouth, the nose, the two eyes. Am I
Yeah,
just
now
saying
that-
this?
yeah. Here's the nose right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That too. So yeah, for me, the nose was
Like
like
she's
a hand.
like she's
This was the
talking
head
like,
here. The hands carrying something.
right?
This was like legs. Yeah, interesting.
What a way to
Yeah.
end the night, huh?
Hey, chat's been sticking us with us.
Shout out
the
to
entire
chat.
night
Let's run
because
through the chat. Gives our salutes. Thank you so much,
130
chat.
simultaneous viewers on React Files, 60 viewers on Explore the Weird, a total combined viewers
So
of
much love.
190.
So much love.
Peaking
What a
over
night.
200.
What a
Thank you.
night. What a
Thank
night.
you.
Y'all made history tonight, guys. We love you. Thank you so
Glad to
much.
see it. Goodbye.
Let's check in with the chat one more time before we roll out.
We're
Let's hit
gonna
that
do the
gun for the
Autobots
chat.
Decepticons. We're gonna roll out. Well, before more cushion.
More
For the
cushion.
cushion.
See y'all next. Yeah. Next Friday, y'all. Same time, 7
Yes.
p.m.
Yes.
It's
Next
funny how
week
these
or
turned out
Sunday.
to
Yes.
be.
Correct.
Shout out to Blue Rose, William, Got a trail camp for Christmas.
Dude, let's go.
Tyrell, you have a good night. Dope Triple G. Thank you so much.
That's dope.
Crystal Hardy, Angel, Josh O, Stoney, Blue Rose.
Now's the time.
Guys are awesome. Thank you so
guys for
much.
hanging out with us.
Yes,
Enjoy your
indeed.
weekend.
Peace. Yeet.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thanks for sticking with